Hi everyone, this is EstaRa with a message for you. Today is August 20th, 2018. I know it's been a while since I've been here. Lots has been happening. So let's start with what's been going on. Mercury is finally moving direct. It's kind of stationary right now, but it's moving. We're in its shadow period, which for me, typically, excuse me, is the worst way possible energetically in terms of my technology stuff. So the last few weeks, I swear, whenever Mercury goes retrograde, I'm really reflective and I get overwhelmed with like what's happening in the world. Like it's so busy, it's crazy, it's chaotic, and I kind of pull away from technology myself. I pull away from doing videos. I notice over the last couple years during Mercury retrograde periods, I tend not to channel. I do channel lots with people, like with my clients, and when I hold classes and sessions, I do lots of channeling. But what I mean by that is in my downtime, if you will, like because I consider this kind of my downtime to leave a video, I don't do as much of it. I don't type out my energy thoughts. I don't do all that. But once it starts to move again, I feel like I get ready and it's all coming through. So lot of challenges have been happening in the last month, which we all know because we had the two eclipses in July, the third one on August 11th, and we also had the Lionsgate, which is now closed. And I have to say, I feel the shift in energy. It feels so good. There's like so many opportunities just popping up and coming fast and furious. And I feel like I can't grab on to them fast enough and I can't grab onto them all because there's just so many. And so I'm feeling that direction. I'm kind of pulled all over the place. And so I'm trying to bring myself back center because that's a big deal right now. And so very much is happening and going on in the world and energetically. So let's start with what's going on with the twin flame energies. I am feeling this massive push to go forward. Tremendous push to go forward. And I have to tell you, with that energy, I'm actually going to make a note so I make sure I put links in here. So, with the energies going forward over the weekend, I have a local Connecticut group for Twin Flames, and in that group, it's a small group, only a handful of people are involved. And when we were doing it, I get songs a lot as messages or like a sign for something. And, that's been throughout the years of my life. It's not something very new, but it's been kind of new in the recent weeks. Like, I feel like I'm just picking up that a lot more. Perhaps I think it's my guys trying to get me to sing and move a little bit because I've been wanting to dance and I've been wanting to sing and I actually rock it out in my car and my shower and my house. So anyway, the other evening, the song that came in was called "This Is It." So I'm gonna put that inside the comments section of the video so that you can like look at it, listen to it. Even if you don't like old music, it's from the 70s. At least look up the lyrics because I feel like this is the divine feminine call to her beloved. It's the divine masculine call to his beloved. It's the final push, if you will. Like, I feel like the words "this is it" is so imperative right now for all of us twin flames to feel and resonate within our frequency. And it is really hard to do when you're in chaos, struggle, and all kinds of trauma, if you will. So I feel like that's kind of the theme of the twin flames. This is it. Are you going to stand up and fight? It's your miracle. Make it your miracle. And I got to tell you, I know for myself, it's been quite the struggle where I feel like part of me just doesn't want to fight anymore. I just want to let down everything and not be involved in the energy anymore. Just be done. There's times that I feel that way. Sorry, I'm having really bad allergies today. I woke up very stuffy and I don't something is in my apartment that's making me all congested right now. But I also have the windows open, so that's probably all the energies are out there. So what's really interesting is the divine masculine, divine feminine. We talked about, actually, I don't even know if I talked about it in a video or to clients or to classes because I just did the twin flame meditation webinar about a week ago. Yeah, a little over a week ago. I will put that in the link too. So if you want to purchase that, you can. It's a recording and it's information that is pertinent to now. That's a possibility for you. There's also a twin flame meditation coming up in September, but I haven't scheduled that yet. I haven't figured out when to offer that due to a bunch of other things going on in my life over in September. But you might want to listen to it because I don't always remember what I channel or speak about because it comes through me. I'm a channel. And so I don't always carry it forward and remember to share with everyone. So check that out if you want to. But I want to talk about what's happening. So all these eclipses, we're not even experiencing nearly the massive transition that's happening. We're in it right now. There's a massive shift we're undergoing. Each of us, our cell bodies are shifting and changing. Everything is happening, and it's really important for us to stay focused on the goal. And one of the things that I know for myself is I've made me the goal pretty much since January of this year. And secondary to that goal is my twin flame relationship. And right now I'm getting this push to move me as priority and my twin as the priority, so like together, almost like in unison. I just saw 555. And I feel like there's this massive, make your twin flame the most important thing, the journey, not your twin himself, but your union. So what is it going to take to get you into union? And so earlier in the year, I discovered that it was really important that I heal whatever trauma is left in my body, because every 4 to 5 months I kept going through massive injuries. Not massive injuries, but I would go through the pain again. It would be so severe, debilitating, and not allow me to move forward. I'd actually be on a walker or a cane. And I was really upset because I went to numerous doctors who basically told me there's nothing they could do for me. Nothing was really wrong with me, is what they were kind of implying. And I kept getting it was like more of a neurological thing because, of course, I'm an intuitive and my guides are very clear about what's going on with me when it's happening, especially if I ask. And I got this energy of from my guides that it's neurological. And I kept going to neurologists who said, there's nothing wrong with you, you're fine. And so finally this year, I made it a point to really focus on me and my health. And to not just my health, but I asked specifically to clear any trauma that remains in my body. And I knew I had trauma left from the car accident. There's a reason I'm telling you the story. So I had all this trauma in my body, trauma from my childhood, from different experiences, relationships. So when I say trauma, I want to use it as a very broad category because trauma is the most prevalent thing that ripples through our society, but also ripples through our cells and our body. And so if you had anything happen to you that was traumatic as a child, and it might not have been directly to you, it might have been an indirect way of receiving it from watching or experiencing someone else's trauma. And so that would create trauma in your body because it would put you in that fight or flight response. And so when I asked for that in January, I also held an inner child healing project. And during that workshop, I worked on my inner child, and one of my intentions was heal whatever's left in my physical body, because I know that my intuitive etheric body is so grand and massive and so beautiful and ready to move forward and to go into this new higher vibrational frequency and ascend. But my physical body definitely is not, or was not, because it was despite the fact that I am probably higher vibration than some that are out there, the truth is my physical body was lagging behind and trapped by old traumas that were still in it. So making that intention, I didn't realize how dramatic that would be for me this year and how exciting the journey would be. So I started working on myself, as I said, in January, the inner child project, and then inner child stuff started coming up, and then I was starting to focus on me. I was it. And my twin and I like put him on the back burner, and I needed to do that. And I know he felt it at sometimes he didn't. And it was because he was going through his own stuff. But I realized the more I'm focusing on me, obviously, the more he's going to be focusing on him and dealing with whatever. Because whatever's surfacing for me, I'm kind of opening the Pandora's box of my energy. And so without him doing anything, it's kind of opening his Pandora's box because we're the same. And so he is going through his own stuff. Well, meanwhile, I start being like, okay, what do I need to do to heal this? Like, what's going on? There's a reason, there's a cause. So I started looking into other things, and I met this doctor in New York who is amazing. And I thank those of you who have donated to me because it's helped me go to the doctor. I'm now on my fifth session and fifth treatment. I go every 2 weeks because I can't afford every week physically. It's too much for me. But I also don't have the financial means to do it because it's a very expensive trip into New York City for the trip and then the doctor. So if you can donate, I would greatly appreciate anything. Any small amount does help me. And I'll put that in the links below as well. My fundraiser, let me make a note of that because I won't do that unless I write it down. And anyway, the doctor I met finally said, "Wow, you totally have a neurological problem, and your brain is not firing properly, and that's why. So you're in a almost like a state of chronic fight or flight since your car accident, where what you're doing is." You kind of keep going, you start to feel better, so you go, 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 and then you crash because your fight or flight system is not meant to be on eternal and not meant to go on that way consistently. It's supposed to be just a temporary thing. And so what happens is I overload it, I crash, and then I can't move. And it literally affects my body, my entire body, like my left side, my whole left side. So what's very interesting about that is that I I was never able to move forward since my car accident. And so the good news is I'm working on the trauma with the doctor, physical stuff, doing the brain thing, kind of reprogramming or rewiring, if you will, and reprocessing. So I'm doing some EMDR to reprocess the trauma from the car accident that's sitting in my body. But it also kicks up childhood trauma. Anything that I didn't deal with on a physical level, meaning I might have did the emotions, I might have did the mental, the spiritual, but I didn't do the physical because I wasn't in touch with that part of me, and so I had to deal with that. So that's been coming up in the last several months, but I'm telling you because it's not just happening to me. I feel like it's happening to everyone, and everyone has a very slightly different story, but we all have the same stuff. We all went through childhood on the planet. We all came in as these massive light beings and came here and said, "I'm so happy. I'm here to spread light." And then we were put into families that quite honestly didn't understand what being the light was and didn't know what to do with their bright light children, and were just kind of like carrying out the very rigid mainstream social upbringing, right? And then we were kind of battered by that, and then all the stuff we had to go through throughout our life, and then the stop starts with love relationships, all that kind of stuff, and then oh, lo and behold, we did some work, we got really big and great, and all of a sudden, because we opened our heart, our twin flame, the beacon went out, they started to come in, and holy shit, they created that pattern again. So all of that stuff started coming up again because of them, and then we didn't deal with it because we were so focused on the love relationship, the specific connection, and trying to make that work rather than realize that in order to make it work, we need to focus on us. And so that's what's happening with all twin flames right now. Not just twin flames, actually. I feel like it's happening to anybody on the planet that's ready and willing to do the work. But I feel particularly for the twin flames, there's this pressure, this um, oh gosh, I feel like there's this big push for us to come together more than it's ever been in the last few years. It's really kicked up, and there's this final push of like, here we go. This is it. It's time. We have to do it. And in order to do it, you need to clear those blocks. So I'm sharing that because out of all the stuff I've been doing for the last several months, it's been literally unlocking doors within me, not outside of me, because we're going in, right? We're going deep and we're healing, going beneath the surface, diving deep into our emotions and starting to pull out whatever's going on. And so I'm going into the tissue, the cells of my body, and all these things are expanding and coming out of me and releasing. And so it's creating epiphanies left and right, and it's connecting dots and making them mesh together and showing me like, oh my God, no wonder I'm afraid. No wonder he feels me repelling him, even though on the in the surface and on the top in my mind, I'm totally open and welcoming to him. No, no, no. There's stuff inside of me that's actually repelling him. So it's kind of a mirror back and forth, but it's my own stuff and his stuff. So we're kind of like butting heads like on another level, and we're not actually seeing what I'm expressing or sending out. So that's my truth happening to him too. My beloved, it's the same thing. He is not in touch with what's going on inside of him physically. He's not been doing any of that work. Well, I think it's coming up and rearing its ugly head. And I haven't had contact with him in like a few weeks now, several weeks. And we I kind of put him on the back burner because, again, I have to do this because no matter what I do to be with him or want to talk to him and connect with him, it's actually repelling him because it's creating a mirror of like, hey, this is what you need to deal with still. And it's also kicking up my own insecurities and my own stuff. And I know better than to communicate with him when I'm in my very deep insecurity wounds, because in my wounds, it makes it easy for us to go back and forth as wounded children rather than healthy, vibrant loving adults. And so what I want to do is really clear all that stuff. I need it gone. And I got to tell you, the universe has been on my side because I've been working on it for a while now, since the beginning of the year, specifically focusing on physical trauma, wounds, childhood trauma, all that stuff has been surfacing. I asked for it. Whole, lo and behold, it's showing itself to me. But the cool thing is I'm not getting caught up in it like I would have 10, 20 years ago, it would have been a spiral of hell and I would have gone downward. Instead, it's lighting me up and people are telling me I'm glowing and I have this glow about me and I think, really, I do? Because I ain't feeling glowy. I ain't feeling too happy. But I have these moments of pure happiness just riving through me because here's the other part of it all. If we have pain and trauma, we feel this steady level of energy, right? But if we start to deal with it, we start to feel the excitement too. You can't feel the bad without the good. You can't feel the happy without the sad. But you also can't feel the miraculous without feeling the real ick. And so I feel like there's this massive energy. And it's so funny because when I first met my twin, I was riding high in the sky and I was in this beautiful world and happy love light energy. And he was not there. And I remember being like, love can solve everything. And he said, no, love can't solve everything. And we had this huge argument. I said, yes, love can solve everything. Love is capable of creating magical things happening. But both parties have to come in to a place of love. If they don't come together in a place of love, then it can't happen. If they're both in, one's in fear, one's in love, guess what? Love can't solve it because the fear is going to override that because it will stop that other person from coming into their love. But if both people come in from a place of love, it can change everything and make everything happen. And so I said that to him, and I remember he started to tell me how he felt so much with me and he was so overwhelmed by me. And I remember thinking, ew, overwhelmed is not a good word. And he was like, no, no, it's in a good way. It's in a good way. And what I recognized is I said, you know what? You have to realize when you feel the good, the bad's going to be felt too. So stuff you haven't felt, it just opens the door. That Pandora's box I was just talking about, it literally opens the door to all the ick, but all the good and all the excitement. So while I'm traversing through this like journey of me, all these things are happening, but I feel like I'm getting to the other side of it where this light and light like magic is just appearing out of nowhere and I'm feeling this lightness about me, this happiness about me, the part of me that I haven't been in touch with since before my car accident, which is about 5.5 years ago. So that's a huge deal to me and I'm feeling alive. And it's great because it makes it possible for all this other stuff to happen. And it makes it possible for all of us to step into who we truly are. And so I want you to really pay attention to what's surfacing, what's coming up, and clear out the cobwebs. Just go deep and dirty. Get it out, get your hands dirty, clean it out, get rid of everything, purge like hell. Because you do not need that going forward, and you cannot take it forward. There comes a point, and my guides are pretty clear, it's coming very soon. Again, their idea of soon is very different than ours because their idea of soon could be like forever, but our idea of soon is like now. But when they're giving me that message of soon, it's pretty imperative. So soon is coming, and I don't think it's very far off is my feeling because they've been telling me for a long time, you can't go forward with baggage. No more stuff needs to be trekked forward. You have to be ready for this, and it means be ready on an etheric body, energetic body, and a physical body because it needs to happen in the physical realm. The way we change the earth, the way we change the frequency of humanity is by being present and being here, grounded and anchored on the earth. So ground yourself daily, open your heart fully, and dig deep inside of those wounds and clear up those wounds because your wounds are his wounds or her wounds. Your wounds are your beloved's wounds. Their wounds are your wounds. But if you're clearing them and you're consciously aware of it, like my beloved is not aware of what he needs to clear. Although I have to say, I think he is becoming quite aware in the last few months. The conversations we've had and stuff, I feel like he's starting to face that, oh my God, I have to deal with this. So that's a powerful statement in and of itself, I know, but it really is happening for him. I want to tell you, I feel like it's going to happen for all of you as well. So just be very present with yourself and recognize what it is that you need to do for you because it's happening for your twin too. And let them go through what they need to go through and let yourself go through what you need to go through. We are so good about finding distractions, and I'm not saying distractions aren't good for once in a while because sometimes we need to take a break from all the ick and the reality. But the truth is, we got to dig deep and clear and remove anything that's blocking our heart. You know, I talked about that in our last video. It's all about heart chakra, all about the heart chakra, all about empowerment. And the energies are moving down. So I've always talked about the energies moving down into the heart and the solar plexus. Well, guess what? It's now in the sacral chakra, that inner child, that inner feeling area, that place where we contain our emotions and our feelings. It is time to make sure we cleanse it out and clear it and open it. So we're really getting into the nitty gritty physical chakras, meaning that that light is anchoring into our physical chakras, moving us into more of the physical stuff that we need to clear up. So the universe is on our side. It's time to do that. So what does the future hold for us? Well, I feel like the next few weeks, I'm sorry, my nose is itching. We're moving into this energy of moving forward into a place of solace is the word my guides just gave me. And wow, I don't use that word, but a place of solace the next few weeks. We're really kind of creating our energy of peace, and we're carrying that with us. And as we do that, we're going to start to move forward. As soon as September hits, I feel like it's going to be like you're going to get a whiplash, energetic whiplash. It's going to go that fast. I feel like things are moving much faster. The vibration is faster, its frequency is higher. More and more people are aligning to their soul. So more and more people, as they awake and they align to their soul, the more they raise the frequency of the planet. We're moving forward, and we have to get ready to be ready. And it's so funny I say that to you. So what does that mean, to be ready? To be ready means you're very anchored in this dimension, because you need to be able to pull that energy down into the dimension you're living in. So as you're bringing that down, you are choosing your reality by choices you're making. So if you choose to avoid dealing with stuff, and you choose to be in denial about stuff, and I say choose to be in denial, there's stuff. We all have stuff. There's nobody on the planet who's never been touched by life and experiences. So if you have had like a fear of XYZ, time to look into what is that fear? Why is it there? What is that fear? Because that fear is likely attached to some trauma in your past. Time to clear the trauma, remove it, clear it, and make it gone for good. Because as you do that, it goes for good. We are in a time where my guides have been saying that a lot of stuff has been surfacing, particularly around sexual energy. And it's usually the distortion of sexual energy that's showing up. It's been showing up for about a year now with the whole Me Too movement. It seems like it's a very small thing, but let me tell you, it's a much bigger collective thing. So collectively, as a human consciousness, we have chosen to face the distortion and to make it right. And the way we do that is by speaking our truth and healing our wounds around sexual energy. So we're going to see more and more stuff come out about sexual energy. The reason it's surfacing, so if you've had sexual trauma in your life, whether it's been from childhood or assault as you got older, it doesn't matter. You need to deal with that and face it, because that's surfacing. And that is kind of one of the things that our wounds are using to move us forward. And we don't want to move through let's say those set of glasses, right? We want more of a clear vision forward. Because if we have those sets of glasses, that means all the behaviors, patterns, traumas, and belief systems surrounding keeping yourself away from dealing with that is what you're seeing the future with, which actually recreates that. So you're kind of recreating that pattern without intending to. So no matter how much you change your thoughts, if you still have that to deal with, it's going to create that reality. So it's very imperative that you do that. And the reason my guides are saying all that is surfacing is because collectively we agreed to do this. And what's amazing about it, nothing has been available until this last 3 eclipse cycle. There has been an opening for full, complete release and healing of those wounds. So the time is open, the doorway is open to clear those wounds, send those baggages back, and never see them again. So what I want to suggest and say to all of you, that right now is the time. So please, 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 by all means, start working on it, look on it. If you need assistance, contact me. I'll be happy to help you. I hold sessions. I hold individual sessions. There are specials that are going until the end of this month. August ends on the 31st. So if you buy and complete a session before the 31st, you can take advantage of those specials. Those are available. I will place them inside the links inside the video so that you have them. Also, I'm going to have to go because I realize I'm going to miss my train if I don't start going now. So also, I want to let you know there is a women's retreat that is taking place in Canada. I will be leading it. It is a healing, transformation, and manifestation retreat. You will learn healing techniques that you will take and learn that you can do every single day, take forward. It's part of some of the things are part of my ritual every day. They are very, very helpful. You will learn how to do some healing with yourself. You will learn energetic healing. So you'll learn some energy healing, energy clearing. You will open up your frequency, raise your vibration, become more of an intuitive being. And you will learn to uncover those core beliefs, those deep rooted things that have been preventing you from really manifesting what it is you desire. One of the things that I really would like to focus on, hopefully we'll get a lot of twin flames on this journey, because if we do, then we could focus on how to clear energies that are blocking us from our twin flame, because most of us are being blocked from our own stuff, right? Our own beliefs, our core fears that we're not even always aware of. So we're going to delve deep into that, scoop that crap out of us, literally learn how to remove that stuff and do the tools that we need to clear them, and then learn to manifest in the fifth dimensional energy. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited about this. You've no idea. I've been working for a couple years now on how to manifest in the fifth dimensional energy, and my guides have been like, here we go. These are the tools, but you need to do this, this, and this to get there. And so the tools to manifest are simple, but it's not going to work if you don't clear the stuff behind it. So we are going to learn to manifest in fifth dimensional energy, and we're going to do it together as a group and then learn how to do it individually. But you're also going to need other people to help you. And the reason I'm saying that is because one of the things going forward is a recognition that we're all necessary on this planet. And that means in our creation energy, we're all necessary on the planet. So please check that out. It's below. It's called Healing Transformation Manifestation Retreat for Women. It's in Canada. Prices are really amazing, and it includes your lodging, it includes your food, lodging, and the retreat itself. And so please, please, please contact me or Nancy. She is my co-facilitator. She'll be doing some things during the weekend with us, and I will be here for anybody if you need me. So I send you so much love, so many blessings. Namaste to all of you, and oh my gosh, divine union be upon you. I actually feel like it's here. It's coming. It's coming. If it's not there for you yet, it's coming. Trust that. And it's funny, if you heard me Saturday, I wouldn't be saying this, but I actually feel it in a way that I haven't felt it in some time. So we're opening the doorways by opening our heart and clearing out any gunk and blockages. They're just showing me a doorway right now, like with cobwebs and icky stuff on it, and they open it up and it's kind of creaky and it's like, ee! And it's got all this scary stuff in there. That's all our blocks. That's all our obstacles to love, to divine love. And your beloved has it just as you do. So if both of you have it, you can't move anything. But if one of you starts clearing it, the other one does too. And then both of you come from a place of open-hearted love. It's time to be raw. Get raw with yourself and raw with your beloved. So much love. Namaste, everyone, and blessings to all of you.